Question of hire purchase. Poonam Steel purchased a machinery from JSW for rupees 2,40,000 on 1st April 18 under HP system. Amount payable as down payment 30,000 and 3 equal annual installments with 10% interest start from 31st March 19. Depreciation is chargeable at 20% under fixed installment method. Closing date is 31st March. We have to prepare table showing details of payment and passing entries in the books of Poonam Steel, that is purchaser, for first year and second year. So here the table format is given. In table the columns are date, then opening balance, that is unpaid amount to seller, then price paid, interest at 10%, amount paid, that is price plus interest, and then closing balance. Depreciation column is useful for purchaser only, because in the books of seller we do not charge depreciation. So this way this table should be prepared. First is date of purchase, that is 1/4/18. On this date opening balance is 2,40,000. This opening balance indicates the amount payable towards the asset. So actual cost of asset is 2,40,000, of which 30,000 is down payment. It is paid on first day. Interest is not payable on the date of purchase. So total amount paid is 30,000. Now closing balance is equal to opening plus price. So 240 less 30 equal to 2,10,000 is closing balance. This balance is carried forward to next line. Next line depends upon the date of first installment payment. Here it is mentioned that 31st March 19 is the date of commencement of installments. So here date is 31st March 19 installment number 1, then 31st March 20 installment number 2, and 31st March 21 installment number 3. And 2,10,000 is payable in 3 equal installments. So here calculation is shown, 2,10,000 divided by 3 installments. So one installment will be of 70,000 each. This 70,000 is shown in price column, as price is settled as 30,000 down payment and then 3 equal installments of 70,000. But along with the 70,000, interest is payable at 10%, which is always calculated on opening balance. इंटरेस्ट हा नेहमी ओपनिंग अनपेड जो बॅलन्स आहे त्याच्यावरच काढायचा असतो. पर्सेंटेज फॉर धिस क्वेश्चन इज 10%. ओके, सो लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ इन्स्टॉलमेंट नंबर 1. ओपनिंग बॅलन्स इज 210, ऑफ विच प्राइस पेड इज 70,000. इंटरेस्ट इज calculated on 2,10,000. Here it is shown 31st March 19. Interest is 2,10,000 into 10%. It's 21,000 as it is shown here. Now 70 plus 21, amount paid is 91,000. Closing balance is 140, calculated as opening less price paid. 210 minus 70, it is 1,40,000. It is carried forward. Next is price paid 70 again. Interest is calculated on opening balance, that is 140 into 10%, 14,000. It is calculated and shown here. 70 plus 14 equal to 84. It is installment number 2. Then closing balance is opening less price paid. It is 70,000. This 70,000 is carried forward to next line, and last installment is price paid 70. Interest is 10% on 70,000. It is calculated here. Interest amount is 7,000. 7,000 plus 70. Total amount payable is 77,000, and now closing balance is 0 because complete amount is settled. Depreciation is calculated at 20% under fixed installment method. Cost of asset was 2,40,000 and in depreciation is at 20%. So 2,40,000 into 20% equal to 48,000. This is amount of depreciation for each year. On first day there is no depreciation. Unless the asset is used, we cannot charge any depreciation. So depreciation is 48,000 at the end of each year, which is to be shown only in the books of purchaser. So this is about the table showing details of payment. For any type of question, even if the entries or ledgers are required in the books of purchaser or seller, this table is compulsory. Okay. Now next part is journal entries in the books of Poonam Steel for first year and second year. Here are the entries shown. Entries in the books of Poonam Steel. First entry is asset account debit to seller's account. So machinery account debit to seller JSW Steel, amount is 2,40,000 as it is shown here. 2,40,000, it is cost of asset. Okay, second, on same day down payment settled rupees 30,000. So entry will be seller's account debit to bank, amount is 30,000, JSW Steel to bank. Down payment settled. After these two entries on the date of purchase, next entries will be on installment date. Installment number 1 was 31st March 19. Now on the date of installment, entries required are firstly interest payable. Interest payable is 21,000 as per our table. So entry will be interest account debit to JSW Limited parties account, that is seller, 21,000. This interest is payable at the time of first installment. Okay. Next is on same day seller's account debit to bank. So entry JSW Steel to bank 91,000. This amount is taken from first installment line, 91,000. Then on same day it is closing date also, as it is given here. Accounts are closed on 31st March. So on closing day, entry will be passed for depreciation. Entry depreciation account debit to machinery account 48,000. As you have studied in 12th standard, this entry is always depreciation to asset account. And last, on 31st March 19, closing date, depreciation and interest, these are nominal accounts. Balance of these accounts is always transferred to profit and loss account. So P&L account debit to interest account to depreciation account. Interest is 21 as per this entry first, and depreciation is 48,000. So this way total 69,000 is transferred to profit and loss account. These four entries are on first installment date. Now as we go further, next installment is on 31st March 20. Entries will be repeated. Format of the entries will be same. Only amount will be considered as per this table. म्हणजे इथे एंट्रीचे फॉर्मॅट सेम राहतील, फक्त या सेकंड इन्स्टॉलमेंटच्या लाईन मधले आपल्याला अमाऊंट घ्यायचे. इंटरेस्ट टू JSW फॉर्मॅट इज सेम, ओनली अमाऊंट इज 14 as per second installment. Next is seller account debit to bank, JSW Steel to bank, amount is 84,000, second installment payment. Next, depreciation to machinery 48,000, this is as per table again. And last entry, transfer to P&L account, P&L account debit to interest to depreciation, 14,000 is interest and 48,000 is depreciation. So total amount transferred is 62,000. So this way entries for second year are same, only amount is considered as per the table given. Now if entries are required for third year, again all these entries will be repeated, only amount will be as per this table. So this is about details of payment table and entries in the books of Poonam Steel, which is purchaser.